The newest Disney theme park expansion is now open. We've stepped onto the island Lookout Cay at Lighthouse Point. Tiana's is having quite a rough start during its cast member previews, and we got a lot of new snacks to cover. All the latest theme park news is coming up right now here on DFV Guide. Hey everybody, it's AJ for Disney Food Blog, and today I have a lot of things to tell you about. I am also in Tokyo, and it is the middle of the night. That's why my voice sounds like this. I'm really sorry. Anyway, we made it to Lookout Cay at Lighthouse Point. The DFB team has officially stepped foot on Disney's newest island destination. Located on the island of Eleuthera in the Bahamas, the new Lookout Cay at Lighthouse Point is now welcoming Disney Cruise Line passengers on select sailings. Lookout Cay is the second Disney Cruise Line destination in the Bahamas, joining the existing Castaway Cay. The two shining stars of Lookout Cay are definitely the stunning natural beauty of the island and the strong influence of Bahamian culture. Now, Castaway Cay and Lookout Cay are two destinations that ultimately complement each other, but where Castaway Cay is a fictional place where voyagers became castaways, Lookout Cay is a real place with real people and the opportunity to experience authentic culture. And the Disney Cruise Line has worked with organizations and agencies in and around Eleuthera, like the National Junkanoo Committee, to immerse guests in the culture with a focus on the deep traditions and small communities of the Bahamas. A couple things our team wanted to tell us right away. When your boat docks at the island, there is a very long pier you have to walk on just to get to the island. It takes about 15 minutes. The island also looks very new, which makes sense, but so new that all the plant life still needs some time to grow. We think in about a year's time, the island will be flourishing with beautiful flora. Our team had a wonderful time exploring everything the island has to offer, and you can check it all out on our website. Stay tuned to the channel because in a little over a week, we will have a full video dedicated just to this new island to give you all the info you need to know before your cruise. We've got a first look inside the new rooms at Disney's Polynesian Tower in Disney World. Disney's Polynesian Village Resort has been under construction for quite some time, and this new hotel tower will soon be complete. Later this year, the Island Tower at Disney's Polynesian Villas and Bungalows will open, and Disney just gave us a sneak peek at the rooms. This new tower is expected to open on December 17th of this year. Part of the Disney Vacation Club, this 10-story tower will feature rooms of different sizes to accommodate differently sized parties. Of course, like its predecessor, the Polynesian Village Resort, these rooms will take inspiration from the Polynesian Islands and even feature custom artwork from Moana. Similar to Disney's Riviera Resort, the Island Tower is going to feature rooms made for two in their duo studio. Families of four can comfortably sleep in a deluxe studio. Typically, Disney Vacation Club studio rooms offer small kitchenettes that usually include a sink, mini fridge, toaster, and microwave, but at the Island Tower, deluxe studios are going to have a dishwasher. This makes it even easier to enjoy your vacation as you don't have to worry about doing the dishes in a small sink. If you need more space, the Island Tower will also have 1- and 2-bedroom villas available. Like other Disney Vacation Club resorts, these rooms will feature a full kitchen, outdoor patio, and even your own washer and dryer. If you're looking to stay in style, you can stay in the Island Tower's 2-bedroom penthouse villas. These penthouses will offer picturesque views of Seven Seas Lagoon as well as the Magic Kingdom, making it perfect to watch your Magic Kingdom nighttime entertainment right from your room. Interested in booking a stay here? Disney Vacation Club members and annual pass holders already had their turn at reservations, so now all guests are welcome to book a reservation to stay in the Island Tower. Disney's newest theme park expansion is finally open. Fantasy Springs is Tokyo Disney Sea's biggest expansion and features lands dedicated to Peter Pan, Tangled, and Frozen. The expansion also includes a brand new hotel inside Fantasy Springs, the Tokyo Disney Sea Fantasy Springs Hotel. So I got the chance to be in Fantasy Springs on opening day, and overall, it was a lot more chill than I expected. When I was here in Tokyo Disney on a Saturday during Halloween season, it was unbelievably busy. I had never seen so many crowds in a Disney park, but here for the opening day of Fantasy Springs, it's pretty calm. It might look like there are a lot of people here, but it really isn't as many as we expected. And ride wait times were minimal, usually 30 minutes max, even for standby. And we had priority access to all the rides with our vacation package, and our wait times were no longer than 10 minutes. So opening day was really calm. Now, they have had several soft opening days here at Fantasy Springs, so I think everybody who kind of wanted to get there was already there, but it was pretty chill. One thing we did notice was that mobile order for all three Fantasy Springs dining locations, Snuggly Duckling, Arendelle Banquet Hall, and Lookout Cookout fill up pretty quickly. So if you plan on dining in Fantasy Springs, you'll want to get those mobile orders in as soon as you scan into Disney Sea. Note that you cannot eat at any of these restaurants unless you have mobile order at the moment. You won't even be allowed to walk inside, or at least we weren't. So that could change at some point, but just a heads up on that. Now, we saw short lines most of the day for Fantasy Springs Gifts. That's the major gift shop in there. And here's how it worked. Once you get to the front of the line, you get a merchandise ticket that allows you one transaction, but you can buy as many things as you want in that one transaction, although we did see some limited items that had a limit of one per transaction. We also saw Fantasy Springs merchandise at a couple of the big stores at the entrance to Tokyo Disney Sea, so you can absolutely purchase Fantasy Springs merchandise even if you're not in Fantasy Springs. Now, we were lucky enough to explore Fantasy Springs last month at a media preview, so if you want to know about exactly what's inside this new land expansion, like the restaurant attractions and more, we've got a whole video all about it already up on the channel. Go check it out. So, Tiana's Bayou Adventure is having a rocky start. The previews are kind of rough. Cast member previews started last weekend, and each day has seen lots of downtime and queue closures and ride evacuations. Members of the DFB team who have been invited to ride with cast member friends were not able to ride on Monday, June 3rd or Tuesday, June 4th because the ride was down at the designated time. And eventually it was down so long that the reservations were canceled. So why is this ride having so much trouble? Disney traditionally does not release information about why rides go down, but we do have some theories. Tiana's Bayou Adventure is set to open in Magic Kingdom on June 28th, but for the next few weeks, the ride is in soft open with previews for cast members, the media, then Disney Vacation Club members and annual pass holders, all leading up to that official opening day. The ride storyline takes place 1 year after the end of Princess and the Frog, as Tiana prepares to throw a Mardi Gras party for her community. We get to journey into the Bayou with Tiana to find the missing ingredient, which is music. And this ride uses the same ride vehicles and track ride as Splash Mountain, which Disney closed in early 2023. That's led a lot of people online to question why it seems so hard to keep a ride that already existed running consistently. Yep, it's in previews, and yes, previews are generally when all the kinks are worked out as cast members train on operating the ride, but the ride has been down a lot and we've seen a lot of evacuations. So why is this ride in particular so hard to keep running? Well, it seems like what we're seeing here is maybe some conflict between the old technology of the ride, which was shut down and dormant for more than a year, and the new technology and new animatronics and ride scenes installed into a ride that's technically more than 30 years old. We've been told some possible reasons for closures, and again, I stress we are speculating here and going off of information being told to us by cast members in a non-official capacity. Could have been logs sinking in the ride and wiring setting off fire alarms. The alarms in particular would have to be calibrated as the ride runs and could have been set to be too sensitive. In addition, this ride is an indoor-outdoor situation starting up during a summer where record heat in Orlando is already predicted. And soft opens and previews are often the times that businesses use to work out any kinks and test things out. So that's definitely part of what we're seeing with Tiana's. Regardless of the issues we're seeing now, we hope they'll be resolved soon and for the ride's opening date later this month to be smooth sailing or smooth log falling. So we're still about a year away from the grand opening of Universal Orlando's Epic Universe, but something's already changed in Epic Universe way ahead of its opening. One of its roller coasters recently got a new name. One of the first lands we learned about at Epic Universe was Celestial Park, which will be the central hub that leads to portals into the other lands. It'll also be the first land you'll see when entering the park. Now, Celestial Park will have two rides, Constellation Carousel and Starfall Racers, a dual launch racing coaster that will reach speeds of up to 62 miles per hour with a 5,000-foot track that reaches up to 133 feet. Well, now that coaster has a brand new name, Stardust Racers. Why the name change? Well, a lawsuit was filed in Colorado by the Starfall Education Foundation over the trademark of the name Starfall. In the lawsuit, the organization claimed that Universal was using its own trademark to attract kids. The Starfall Education Foundation uses online resources to teach children how to read and write. Although the lawsuit was in its earliest stages, it seems that Universal Orlando decided to resolve the issue quickly by changing the name of the coaster from Starfall Racers to Stardust Racers. Thematically, the new name still works with the roller coaster's concept. Over in Epcot, the Disney Vacation Club Lounge is typically located high up in the Imagination Pavilion, but from now to July 13th, 2024, this area will be closed due to a planned refurbishment refurbishment. But don't worry, the lounge is still active, it's just moved. You can head over to the Odyssey Pavilion to experience the temporary lounge. It's open from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. daily and is only available to Disney Vacation Club members. About half of the seating area in the Odyssey has been blocked off for this temporary DVC lounge, while the other half is still open to regular guests. But this side of the lounge has plenty of perks that the other side does not. While this lounge doesn't provide complimentary phone chargers like the other location did, there are plenty of outlets you can use to charge your phone with your own charger. There's also plenty of seating to sit down and relax in the AC. You're going to find an area to pick up some complimentary snacks and drinks. You can have as many as you like, but you must finish your current snack and soda before grabbing another. Now, there are no specific snacks available for purchase inside the lounge, but you can bring other food and drink inside to eat. This lounge will be here for about 6 weeks while the refurbishment in the Imagination Pavilion takes place. There is a new bar coming to Disney Springs. Raglan Road is a popular table service restaurant, and it has seen an adjoining quick service spot, Cooks of Dublin, along with a bar area, the Hole in the Wall. Now there's another new addition coming to the Raglan complex. Patty's Bar is going to be a new permanent outdoor bar replacing the mobile bar, situated just in front of the Shop for Ireland gift shop. It'll have 6 to 8 seats and will only serve a limited menu of drinks, so if you want food, you need to head to Raglan or Cooks of Dublin. The bar is named after the poet Patrick Kavanagh, who wrote the poem Raglan Road. It's going to be open pretty soon. They expect it to be ready for guests this fall. So a food stand at Disney's Hollywood Studios just got a huge update, and we needed to let you know about it. There's a new kid on the block that is serving breakfast, and not just any breakfast, a breakfast that includes Mickey waffles. Fairfax Fare, located on Sunset Boulevard in Disney's Hollywood Studios, is serving a waffle platter for $9.49. Now, this platter includes Mickey-shaped waffles, bacon, and syrup. There is something special about enjoying a waffle that is Mickey-shaped, and it's even better when you're enjoying it standing in a Disney World theme park. In addition to the waffle platter, you can choose from a variety of drinks for breakfast, including orange juice, coffee, tea, hot cocoa, or a mimosa. Now, you can still get the blueberry Mickey waffles next door at Hollywood Scoops. We spoke with cast members and confirmed that the blueberry Mickey waffles will still be offered, although they may not show on the My Disney Experience app menu at the moment. So we consider ourselves experts in all things edible at Disney World, but we're especially knowledgeable about mac and cheese. Now, there's a new option available, so of course we had to try it ASAP. The new mac and cheese dish can be found at 8 Spoon Cafe in Disney's Animal Kingdom. It's the barbacoa beef on baked mac and cheese, and it's topped with crispy onions and green onions. You can grab it for $7.29. Now, this is delicious. The pasta itself is so creamy and cheesy, as we've come to expect from the other mac and cheeses at 8 Spoon, and there was enough barbacoa beef on top to get some with every bite, which we loved. The beef is very savory and tender, and it balances well with the super cheesy pasta. The crema on top adds a sour cream-like flavor, and that with the green onions brightens it up really well. The crispy onions added a great crunch, and we appreciated the variety of texture. Overall, we loved it. We'll have a hard time choosing between this one and the pulled pork option in the future because they're both really good. If you have a group with you, if you're just extra hungry, definitely get both so you can try some of each. And that's not the only new snack item with barbacoa in Animal Kingdom. We also headed to the Smiling Crocodile to try out the brand new barbacoa nachos. They're $9.99 and come topped with barbacoa beef, queso, lime crema, and pico de gallo. This new entree is a pretty decent portion, probably shareable as a snack or big enough to be a meal for one person. The first thing we notice is that there's a lot of queso on here, and we're certainly not complaining about that. You get a hefty amount of toppings, and the pico is served up in a cup on the side. The barbacoa is tender and savory. There's a lot of it too. Some pieces were kind of fatty, but that's probably to be expected with how big the portion size is. The queso was creamy and thick, and the pico was a little bit watery, but had a small kick to it. If you want a hint of spice, you could spread this on top of your nachos. These nachos were delicious, and we would totally order them again. Keep in mind that the Smiling Crocodile really only operates during lunchtime and snack hours on Discovery Island, so you want to head here midday if you plan to grab those nachos. So we've got a brand new mint chocolate chip cookie sandwich. You can grab it at the Main Street Confectionery in Magic Kingdom for $7.79. This is 2 chocolate cookies sandwiched with mint chocolate chip flavored buttercream frosting. Now, I know we wanted ice cream too, alas. We thought the chocolate cookies tasted similar to the round brownies you can buy in the grocery store. It crumbles into your mouth and is a bit on the dry side, but it does have good chocolate flavor to it. The frosting inside is a whipped frosting. It is very minty. There's definitely no lack of sugar in this dessert, and the main flavor we tasted was mint. The chocolate chips in the mint frosting are small. While they give a nice kind of texture, there's only a little burst of chocolate from them. If you're a fan of mint chocolate, this would definitely be a good dessert option for you. The mint flavor is prominent without being toothpastey, and you do get a decent amount of chocolate flavor from the cookies, but we wish the cookies were sturdier and didn't crumble quite so much. We couldn't say this was our top pick for treats you could get from the Main Street Confectionery, but it's more unique than a basic cookie or cupcake. How did one of Magic Kingdom's most hated restaurants get the prettiest new snack? Say hello to Passion Fruit Mandarin Tart. You can grab this at Cosmic Rays in Tomorrowland for $5.79. This tart is made of a few layers. First, there's the shell, which was surprisingly soft for a Disney World theme park tart. Usually those shells are kind of crunchy. Inside the shell was a mousse that was light and fluffy and had a mild mandarin flavor. Topping it off was a passion fruit curd that was kind of gelatinous and pretty tart. On top of all that, there was a multicolored whipped cream to hold the white chocolate decor in place. Now, our one complaint here is you could definitely taste the food coloring of that white chocolate. We would recommend this for anyone who loves citrus desserts or doesn't mind their treats on the tart and tangy side. If you prefer sugary sweet snacks, then this might not be the one for you. Either way, it's absolutely stunning in person, and we were impressed with the quality from a place like Cosmic Rays. Connections Eatery in Epcot has a new spicy peach cocktail for $16. It's made with Tito's handmade vodka, Bull's peach schnapps liqueur, peach puree, spicy mango syrup, flavors of lime juice, and chili lime seasoning. Vodka, peach, and mango? We're in. Well, okay, Disney, you had us, but then you lost us. We tasted the peach flavor right away, and this cocktail is nice and sweet, but we did not pick up on that mango at all. In fact, it really just tasted like we were drinking straight peach syrup. Given the fact that this comes from Epcot's quick service location, we have a feeling this is probably a pre-mixed drink that is made in large batches. In other words, don't expect any fine handcrafted cocktails from a fast food restaurant meant to serve hundreds of people per day. The tahini sprinkled on top of our drink was the final nail in the coffin here. It added a nice kick of spice, but ultimately everything just fell flat. At $16, we recommend sticking to the drinks you can get in Epcot's World Showcase instead. Docking Bay 7 is a quick service restaurant in Star Wars Galaxy's Edge in Hollywood Studios, and it's a great place to grab a bite, a seat, and some air conditioning. Now, 2 new items have arrived on the menu: Black Spire Mousse and Felucian Falafel and Hummus Garden Spread. The Felucian Falafel and Hummus Garden Spread is $13.29, comes with chickpea falafel, roasted beet hummus, and beet tomato cucumber relish, topped with a garlic sauce and served with grilled pitas. We noticed that the chickpea falafel was very crispy on the outside, but crumbly once you get past the outer coating. The garlic sauce was a nice touch, but we wish there was more. The veggie relish was fresh and juicy when you paired it with the drier falafel bites. The grilled pita bread wasn't anything outstanding, but it felt appropriate for the rest of the dish and was something useful to eat it all together. The roasted beet hummus has a good roasted taste to it when you get a bite, but the aftertaste is definitely beety. While we like this dish, we aren't going to make any special trips over to get it. On to dessert, though. You can get the Black Spire Mousse for $6.79. This is a white chocolate Jogan fruit mousse atop a brownie pistachio brittle served with blue milk sauce. It's also got pineapple cream and a biscuit sponge topped with a chocolate Black Spire coin. This dessert is very pretty. It's very fruity as well, but it's not overly flavored, which we appreciated. The pineapple cream is the yellow dollop, and it's just like pineapple Dole Whip in whipped cream form. The blue milk cream gets lost a bit in the fruity flavors, but the mousse tasted like a passion fruit. The brownie has pistachio in it, but it's very sparse. If you're looking for it, you'll find it. Otherwise, it's just like a nutty brownie. Now, the brownie itself is more like a cake than a fudge brownie. The sponge adds a nice texture, but we didn't really get much of the hibiscus. Out of the recent mousse desserts we've tried, this is probably one of the favorites. Here at DFV, we make it our mission to do quality control food reviews in Disney World from time to time. Last summer, the lunching pad in Tomorrowland and Magic Kingdom introduced a Mike Wazowski cake for $8.29. It's an orange blossom mango mousse cake with a candy eye, and when we first got one, it was kind of a disaster. The mousse inside was definitely not moussing, and the whole thing sort of fell apart on us. But this summer, we're back to try again. For round 2, things are already off to a better start. Look how well he's holding together. The decoration is actually actually quite cute, and it's accomplished thanks to a white chocolate shell. When we cracked open the 2024 Mike Wazowski cake, he actually held together. Go Mike! The green shell just tasted like white chocolate, and it was nice and thin and easy to cut open. The white part of the mousse inside was mostly a plain vanilla flavor, but the orange blossom mango really comes through strongly in the orange section of the treat. That bit is more of a gelatin consistency, and it's a strong tart flavor on the verge of sour. We think the elements work well together and balance each other, but you might want to avoid if you don't like strong fruit flavors or kind of tart treats. June promises to be sweet at Gideon's Bakehouse in Disney Springs. First up, the Cookie Butter Butterscotch Cookie is back for the month. In addition to the returning fan favorite cookie, the Bakehouse also announced that a cookie butter buttercream cake will be available every Saturday and Wednesday at both of their locations throughout June. Furthermore, a cookie butter butterscotch nitro cold brew that pairs with the cookie will also be available during the month, but only at Gideon's Disney Springs location. So here's what you need to know if you're going to Disney World this week. I'm telling you right now, you need to realize it's going to be a very big week. Lots of new and exciting things are happening. Mark June 10th on your calendar because that's the day so many things are opening in Disney World. After years of planning and construction, Communicore Hall and Communicore Plaza are finally opening on June 10th at Epcot. Serving as a dedicated festival area, this new spot will serve as a home base for Epcot's seasonal festivals and live events, beginning with the 2024 Epcot Food and Wine Festival, kicking off on August 29th. Communicore Plaza is an outdoor space where guests can relax and experience festival entertainment, while Communicore Hall, which is housed within the plaza, will host a wide variety of experiences with food and art, live music, and more. Also on June 10th, a new Encanto stage show is coming to the Communicore Plaza stage to kick off this celebration. Called Celebración Encanto, this show is a sing-along that includes some popular songs from the movie. Over in Hollywood Studios, Joy will be joining other Pixar character meet and greets at Pixar Plaza and will likely be a focal point to promote Inside Out 2, which premieres on June 14th. Not to mention new Pixar-themed snacks and merch will also be available, like the Slinky Dog Sipper and yes, finally coming to Disney World, the Alien Pizza Planet Popcorn Bucket. This baby was super popular on the West Coast, so we expect to see some long lines for it in Disney World too. Speaking of Toy Story, a new shirt design just dropped in our online store. Celebrate your love of Toy Story's Midway Mania with our new Best in Vehicle design. It's the perfect trophy to celebrate your win, and you can find this and many, many more designs at dfbstore.com. Finally, Disney's Animation's The Lion King is turning 30 this year, and from June 10th through September 6, 2024, you can celebrate the movie at Animal Kingdom. The celebration will include a meet and greet with Timon and Rafiki at Conservation Station, an animation experience where you can learn to draw characters from the film, special photo opportunities in Africa, and themed food and merchandise. Be sure you're following us on all forms of social media, as we'll be covering everything live for you and giving you all the latest updates. Okay, we're almost there, friends. Tiana's Bayou Adventure in Magic Kingdom is almost here, and we're ready to ride. But before we do, we got an exciting sneak peek at the new merchandise coming to the attraction for you. There are 2 new stores that will be opening with the ride, or around the time of its opening, Critter Co-op and Tiana's Bayou General. This is where you'll be able to find all the amazing new merchandise, and we're expecting it to be popular. So if you see something you like, be ready to grab it ASAP. Disney's announced that Critter Co-op will have the handy mobile checkout feature, which means you can skip those long lines at the checkout. But when Tiana's Bayou Adventure first opens, new merchandise will actually be located over at the Emporium, the big gift shop on Main Street, USA, instead of at Critter Co-op. Disney said that the merch will hop over to Critter Co-op in Frontierland shortly after the ride's opening day, but don't worry, the Emporium has mobile checkout too. Thanks to Disney, we got a first look at all the new merchandise you'll be able to grab when this new attraction opens. Yep, they gave us an exclusive on this, and we're pretty sure there are a few pieces that you'll have to be fast to get your hands on. There are not 1, but 2 new pairs of ears that you're going to be able to purchase when the new ride opens. We had seen a sneak peek of the first ones, which are more of a puffy set of ears with a gold bow and a pretty lotus flower in the middle, but that's not the only set of ears that are going to be available. The second pair are beautiful. They have a special fluorescent glow so that they'll really light up in the dark. They're so pretty, and we can't wait to see them in the dark. The ears are gorgeous with lotus flowers and Princess Tiana's tiara decorating them. Of course, the merchandise location wouldn't be complete without a Loungefly backpack. This new backpack features the facade of the ride and many of the characters you'll see along your journey, including Princess Tiana, Naveen, Mamba Odie, and Lewis. And of course, we are sure this new Spirit jersey is going to be in high demand. The front has the Tiana's Bayou Adventure logo, and the back seems a bit like a Splash Mountain Easter egg with the image of Lewis and some critters heading down the drop in a log. There's also a really cool toy Firefly that will be available to purchase. This toy functions as a nightlight and a toy. They communicate with each other on 6 different light frequencies of communications. So if your Firefly sees another Firefly in the park, they will communicate with each other. It can sit in its jar or be out of it flying around. The Firefly light will last up to 4 hours before needing to charge, but if it's in a jar, it'll last even longer. Critter Co-op is one of 2 Tiana's Bayou Adventure themed gift shops. The other one is Tiana's Bayou General, which looks like it'll have groceries and housewares and dry goods, if the sign that Disney shared a picture of can be taken literally. We'll have to wait and see when that one opens to find out what's inside. So there's the news for today, everybody. If you want news in your inbox every single day from us here at DFB, go ahead and join the newsletter. You can see the link to sign up. It's completely free in the description. Thanks for listening, everyone, and thanks for watching. As always, this is AJ for Disney Food Blog, and we'll see you real soon.